Hey guys, I'm Lisa from theScore eSports, and I'm here with Trashy from Splyce after their match against TSM. Now, coming into this match, what were your thoughts? Were you really hyped up to play against this team?
Yeah, it was probably in the group. It's probably the team that I wanted to face the most because one they have two Danes on the team, so that is great as well. And then just playing against TSM, it kind of like in front of the home crowd and stuff. It's pretty hype. So I was really excited, and I wanted to prove that we are not just some team that will just get rolled over like in some of the other games. So in that regard, I was satisfied with how we played, especially in the early mid game. But then we just fall like we've been used to just on stage lately to just get smashed in early games. We didn't even get to the stage where we were actually good, and then in this game we couldn't even finish the game and. Like in the stage of the game where we should be solid. In that regard, I'm not satisfied with how we played the game in the late game.
You brought that up, how, Splyce is known for being really strong in the late game. So in this game in particular, what do you think happened? Well, what mistakes or what went wrong?
It was kind of leading up to the Nash. We got caught like twice when we actually knew they were in the area, and then they kind of got momentum of those catches where they just could dictate the vision, and then we had a hard time actually getting vision back because of their composition. It's hard for us to just walk into them because then one guy can just get caught by Skarner ult and then he will die instantly. So it was kind of swung the game a bit for us, but we should still have been able to pull it off. I think maybe we got a little bit scared of pulling the trigger on some of our engages, and you can't really do that against a team like TSM. So we will look back at the game and learn from it, and hopefully next week it'll be better.
You brought up the Skarner. So we've been seeing a couple of Skarner games in this current meta. So in the jungle, how would you play against a Skarner jungle?
So against Skarner, he's kind of weak in the early game. I actually think he did pretty well. Like he stole away the first blue buff that they contested with mid push. So I think he played it pretty well. But usually you wanna kind of the great thing about Skarner is that when you hit 6 and you have flash up, it should be easy to just kill someone, flash on him and ult him and then kill him. So in that regard, he's a level 6 jungler, and then you should be able to get leads in pre-6 and when Skarner doesn't have ult and flash up. So it's a lot about knowing his timings and kind of abusing them.
And before you mentioned how you got to play against Bjergsen and Skarner this time, fellow Danes. What is your relationship with them like?
With Skarner, I don't really have any relationship because when I was in NA, he wasn't playing in NA, so I don't really talk with him much. But with Bjergsen, I was playing in NA. When I was playing in NA, he was playing here too, so we hung out a bit, and whenever we meet at events, it's always very friendly. So I like him. He's a likable guy, so it's hard to not like him, right? So not much. Like it's just the fact that we're Danes, and it makes the competition even more fun to play against someone from your own country.
And it seems like the teams that people consider the underdogs, they're pulling games that are very close. So it seems like the gap is kind of closing between the best teams and the lower teams. So what do you think the reason for that is?
I don't think that is 100% true, honestly. I think some of the top teams are probably just testing a bit, and we have seen this a lot of times at Worlds, like in the group stages, that some of the best teams are maybe playing close games with some of the lower teams, or but like when it really matters in the best of fives, they will show their true strengths. And so I wouldn't say it's too early to say that, I think, but I think some of the Western teams actually are looking good this season, but we say that every year, right? Like last year it was Fnatic that was looking like maybe a team that could go to the final, and then they kind of fell off in the semi. So it's too early to say, honestly.
Now, it's been a rough week, or I guess couple days for Splyce. So what is the general mood right now, and how do you guys kind of pick yourself out of this kind of slump?
Obviously it's hard to always be positive about everything when you're getting smashed on stage. Especially yesterday, after the game we were sitting down and we were all laughing at how much we got smashed. Because there was kind of the reality: either you sit down and cry about it, or you sit and actually laugh about it and just get over it, right? So we're all kind of new to it, and playing against like star players. Like we play against star players in every team we play in the group here. So when you think about it a bit more, then you actually realize that it's okay to lose, but everyone of us hate losing, and we want to at least show that we can compete, and we did that today, and I hope we can continue that next week.
Is there a member on the team that is the one that always tries to like, get everyone out of the funk? Is it you?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's always me, but I tend to sometimes do some jokes or say something stupid, and then people laugh at me. So that's kind of my thing. I tend to say a lot of stupid stuff, and I bet all the teammates would agree on that. So maybe if that is what keeps the mood up, then I'm happy about it. So you will have to ask the others about it. But I think we're all just trying to keep up the mood, and we'll also only be for one more week, and we have to, even though it's rough losing, then it's a really cool experience, and we have to enjoy it while it lasts. So yeah.
So let's look towards next week. You guys are done your games for this week. What do you think is the one thing that you guys really need to practice for your upcoming matches?
I think we need to just look at our games and fix small errors we do in the early game. Like we do against these teams, if you do a small error, they instantly just take over the game, and then it's kind of hard to get come back for it. So I think just looking at the games and trying to fix our early game mistakes, and it has been said so many times, like the past months, that we just have to try to get our early game together. But I felt like doing the bootcamp in Korea, it was getting a little bit better, but it hasn't really shown except in this game we had today against TSM. So I really just want to make sure that we leave Worlds without any regrets, and actually look back at it as a positive experience.
Well, Trashy, thank you so much for this interview, and best of luck next week.
Thank you.
And you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, be sure to check out the rest of our stuff on our channel.